my name is Catarina Silva. Everyone calls me Kat, and I'm a strategic consultant for PROS. And what I'm going to talk about today is very in line with what you have hearing a lot, with these offers and orders. Before I go dig in the main pieces of PROS and give you a perspective of how PROS travel platform is growing into this new modern retailing world, let me explain to you how do we start it. Because we've been talking a lot about what we do, where we want to go, but it's important also to know where we're coming from. On PROS side, we start looking at this on how are we going to create something that doesn't repeat history, so that we make sure that can grow with the airlines and can allow you guys to do your business at the pace you want and grow without having to go through, again, a migration or talking about in, let's say, 10, 15 years on how we are going to renew our technological stack again. So first point is we realize that the main problem of today to give you commercial freedom is the fact that it's not your retailing systems that are in the driver's seat, it's your operational systems. You are defining what you want to do commercially based on what is the capabilities of your operational system. And every time you want to do something different, you incur in all of this: hidden costs, friction with the customers, workarounds, heavy workarounds, and impacting everything. So first thing we realize is, okay, on PROS side, we are going to make sure that this doesn't happen. So we are going to decouple your retailing systems from your operational systems so you can continue grow, continue apply your strategies, still deliver it to the customers, but making the operational systems exactly what they are, which is enablers for you to deliver what you commercially want to offer. And this ultimately, of course, will unlock value for you, will bring more satisfaction. And I think in all the sessions we had about this, customer experience was a must. So this obviously is going to respond to that customer experience you are looking for. And with this, we had another discussion, which is, okay, so if I'm going to decouple all of this, and if I'm going to make sure that I can create this freedom, this commercial freedom, and I'm not driven by certain aspects that exist on the operational side, the first thing I need to do is to take a decision. And this is on you guys to make the decision if you want to go for a monolithic, what do you have today, or if you want to go for a modular. You heard your peers saying how important it is to go to modular, but I feel like sometimes changing things the way we are doing may be scary and may seem more comfortable for the immediate future to have something like you have today. So moving into new technology, but still keeping the same status quo. What we would like you to think about is, if you want to truly move away of what is constraining to you today, even if it's with one vendor, doesn't matter, make sure it's modular. Make sure that it's not a black box for you, and the day you want to pick up something else, a piece, a new technology, a new opportunity, commercial opportunity, you can integrate that into your systems. And you don't have to spend years or months or long time before you are actually able to go to market. So these three pieces are super important. Now let's go dig in the juice, right? How PROS platform is actually answering to this challenge on how to be modular, how to decouple commercial from operational, etc. So we think differently. During these three days, you saw there was a lot of other meetings on we call B2B. PROS is also offering solutions for customers that are outside of the airline industry. And these customers outside of the airline industry are already doing retailing. Retailing in the big sense of the word. So what we did is, why not going to that part of the business with other vectors and understand what can we bring in that is going to help the airlines to achieve exactly the same status of retailing. So in the industry, we talk a lot about offer management, order management, and then you hear some vendors putting everything that is product catalog, stock keeper on offer. Some of them split product catalog on one side, stock keeper on another side. Some of them put everything on order. We are different. We put it in a different place. We call it portfolio management. And the portfolio management is what is going to give you product control and make sure that the integrity of your products can be maintained even if you have execution engines manipulating these products. You are the one that are going to decide how the product should behave and what products you're going to have. And this portfolio management is based, as well as the rest of the platform, in an agnostic structure that permits you to have the products that you have today and grow these products to different shapes or forms and include new products that you want to sell tomorrow. There is this big study of McKinsey that say that there is $40 billion to be captured in revenue. So let's go for it. Every single dollar, let's try to get them to our airlines. What is the benefits of this? So as I was mentioning before, product freedom, time to market, costs, and less maintenance. Because if you have something that is agnostic and can expand with your business, then you have less maintenance, you can scale without effort, you break free of vendor lock-in because you can have everything with one, but if you take the product catalog or the portfolio management out, you are in control of your product and you have the power of negotiation with these different engine motors. So how we are doing this? How we are offering out, where we are putting all offer management and order management and portfolio management inside of the platform. And there is one component that I haven't said yet, and I'm sure you haven't heard about it, is AI. It's completely new concepts, I imagine, exactly. So Pros has AI in their DNA. So everything that we are doing in this platform is based and is helped by AI models behind the scenes. And you heard a lot on the offer optimization side, how AI can help you optimize your flights, optimize your products, optimize your price, et cetera, et cetera. Here we are going one level more, is we have portfolio management based on AI, recommendation of products, improvement of working flows, help you understand what is the right attributes, how the customers are behaving, and how your products should be defined so your customers get happy. We have the offer optimization. I just mentioned to you everything that is the steps of the journey of your customer, and while you are creating the offers to this customer, to have optimization beyond price, beyond just availability. And I will show you in a second. Then offer creation and retailing. Again, bringing in this intelligence to understand shopping behaviors and make sure that what you put out is not only created adaptably to this customer, but also dressed in the way that converts. Offer marketing. You guys also have heard our colleagues on offer marketing talking about land pages and how you can bring in, acquire more customers, et cetera, and how all the shopping information is useful for that. We want to elevate this. If we elevate how you create the offers, you can also elevate the way you are exposing your marketing campaigns to your customers. You can offer more. And pros also do this. And then lately, the order management. So order management, there was some excitement in some pieces, and some other people were not so excited with order management. It's a big dinosaur to consume. You have like the PSS that is still a big part of your business. Order management for us is a commercial piece of the order management. Is where you're actually going to fulfill the information that the customer consumes. You're going to serve that customer, and I will show you a little bit also all of the steps of the order management that we have. But ultimately, also AI gets in play here. And how do we use AI for order? to make sure that we learn the behaviors and the needs of your customers based on how the status of the order move, based on how, for example, in disruption scenarios, the order is treated, based on the consumer behavior also during the life cycle of the order, so we can improve, for example, how your call centers work, how your self-service work. Let's start with portfolio management. As I mentioned, first of all, we have product catalog. And product catalog is everything that is related with the definition of your products, being automated, being manual, being fed by other systems. So all of this can be, all of the integration across your ecosystem can be populated in the product catalog. And just to tell you how extensive this is also possible to extend your loyalty catalog. If you're in your loyalty system, you have products that you want to acquire inside of the catalog, this is also possible to integrate. Then everything that is around the product definition and how this product is going to, how this product should be treated. Then we have the stock keeper. And the stock keeper is getting away a little bit of the concept that we hear constantly about inventory management, which is very class-based, it's very flight-oriented. No, here is truly, imagine, is a warehouse. It's truly managing your stock, your capacity for your products in different granular levels. So you can be from an overall perspective of a flight, or it can be all the associated products that are inside of it. And there is the logic of the stock. It can be time slots, it can be cascading, it can be a different way of associating products that are going to impact the stock of each other. And this is how the retailers do it, because not all the products have a unique stock or a quota like we know today. If you sell a package, that package is going to impact the stock of all the individual elements, for example, that are inside of the package. And then, because we are thinking about how can we take out all of these heavy daily tasks from you, from your hands, and make it more automated so you can focus on strategy, our last piece is related to supplier automation. Everything from digitalization of contracting. So I don't know if everyone here knows about it, but SPAs, I think some of the people, when they hear this, they're like, so many paperwork and things. So everything that is all the contracting process, all the acquisition of the content, the monitoring, the tracking, even the settlement is part of this last piece, that is the supplier automation. It exists already today. It's available with other products. It's being extended to airline partners and other transportation partners that you have. And of course, is going to be fully compliant with a supplier retailer special interline agreement. And I'm looking for Ayata Vice Chair to make sure I don't say anything wrong. I always say it badly. But so basically, this is to ease the way the systems communicate and make sure that when you acquire a product from your partner, you don't need to go and program all single systems with the information on how this product should be treated. It should be here, all integrated here, and it should be distributed across your ecosystem automatically. And this is just a teaser for the ones that didn't come to the booth, where Maria was doing like a bunch of demos. We have a product catalog today. 80% of this product catalog that you are seeing here is already in use in other industries. We are adapting it for the airline as the same as stock. So just a teaser, so you guys can come after, ask me for us to do some product demos for you, okay? Just a little teaser. Then on the offer side, so this is the portfolio management, and this is the piece that is your product control. Now we have to go to the execution engines, right? So as you know, PROS has been known for all they do on the offer side. And we are we know we are innovators. We know that we are advanced against a lot of the competition on all the offer areas. So what we are doing is, okay, so how can we give the next step to bring in this total offer creation approach? And what we did is, and I'm not going one step by step because we need like 2 hours, because I can tell you a lot of details on this, and I don't have 2 hours. But what we did is basically we went for each step of the offer creation. What do we need to do offline when I don't have any requests, and online? So when the request comes in. So I'm constantly in between offer creation and offer optimization. I'm constantly creating I'm constantly synchronizing the system, so I make sure that when I expose something to the customer is the right offer for that customer, and actually I don't send so many, but I guarantee the conversion. So we start with the customer, then we go to the product, and of course, as you know, we are giving the first steps on everything that is data acquisition to make sure that we can optimize the content and not just the availability of that content, how they should be assembled together, what combinations make sense, etc., etc. Secondly, the selling decision. So I will step ahead of what we have today in terms of availability, and I will start looking more also on the how I retail this, what it makes sense in terms of selling it, independently of my availability. Sometimes decisions may be made in order to maximize the revenue, and the risk is very low, let's say, in terms of, for example, overbookings or overselling or things like that. And then the price, which in reality is the one that is more advanced today. But even here, we have to do an evolution. We need to go from separate optimization of price and products to start looking at the full optimization of this price when I go and give the total offer to the customer. And latest, the retail. This is where we are all very green, because today the data is is in her infancy. I've learned that word from you, thank you. It's very in the first stages, because we don't have that much data that allow us to understand how customers react on the way you dress your offers. But this is a space where we can also optimize. What is the best way of putting that offer for that particular customer, so I make sure that I convert that offer specifically. Even though I know that he wants that type of products, I still need to make sure that the way I present it to them is something that attracts them. Then the order path. So now I push my offer. Now I need to somehow fulfill that offer, right? I need to make sure that it's delivered. So on that part, as I mentioned before, we are looking at the commercial side of the order, and the first step is creating the order. The second step is to make sure that I have the payment. And even on the payment side, freedom is needed. You need to be able to determine how you want payment to be done, which payment providers you want to include, how do you distribute the payment between these payment providers. So that's what we are looking at, and we are also making sure that all of that is secure. Then we have the third step, which is the integrity. A lot of the integrity today is based on offer, right? So we make sure that the offer is paid, et cetera, everything is inside, and we call it revenue integrity. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about order integrity. And this basically is to make sure also that the way you sold your offer and the way the offer is consumed, the order is consumed, are according to what you allowed your customers to do. Then we have the life cycle of the order, so everything that is happening while the order is alive, right, is active. So everything that, all the changes that happen when you need to notify the customers. And we have one particular piece that is very interesting, which is called data reinforcement simulator. So this is where, again, we are bringing AI into the game, is to understand with real world scenarios how you can improve the life cycle of your orders. And the last piece, which is the feeds. So, of course, guaranteeing that you can have a consistency across your value chain. It needs to have, order needs to have feeds that will give the information to all the operational systems, financial systems, but also they will feed the data layer so we can keep optimizing and keep understanding what is going on with your customers. And again, just to tease you a little bit, this is a reality. No, I'm not going to tell you order management is there, because Alyssa would get up and say, you are lying because we are not ready in the industry. We are not there, but we are giving steps. And we can start with these little foundations, small steps, so we can actually build up all of this data that is needed to sustain a true retailer platform. Okay, I presented to you all we have on PROS in terms of platform. Now, how we go get there? A lot of steps. We talk about slice and dice. Here we put 10. Sometimes my colleague Chris is not here, but sometimes Chris say, oh, we can multiply this by another 10 or 20, or depending on where you are, how fast you can move, and what you need to do for your airline. This is just an idea of how can we start slowly creating the business case towards to the future. It's a lot of investment that is being requested from the airline perspective, so we need to make sure that at each step you can unlock some value that will support the business case for the next step and move on step by step towards. But because we are freaks of AI, I don't know if I can say it like that, but in a good way, we also look at AI to help us do this transformation. It's not just about the onus of moving the technology. It's also using the data during this transformation to help improve the next steps, to help your agents, for example, understand what they need to do in the system, to reinforce learning on the system so your agents can perform better when new things coming in. And I had my boss making me a sign again, so I don't know how bad I am in time, but I'm going to close it here and just say to you guys that PROS is very, very committed in making this work, and very, very committed in bringing to the industry. And we are looking at this transformation not just on a technological perspective. We also consider what it means for you guys in terms of organizational changes, what it means in terms of, bringing investment in, how do I build my business cases. I only had 30 minutes, so I couldn't talk about all of that, but please, please don't hesitate to come to us, even if you are, it's a reality that is a little bit farther for you, for us to help you understand what is these steps, how can you build the business case, what you can unlock now with the conditions you have now, with the constraints you have now, with the legacy world, but already helps you to go towards this. Thank you.